You go through days when anger or irritation builds faster than you expect, and you may feel embarrassed afterward because your reaction did not match the situation, and this pattern can create stress in your relationships and your daily life. Many people deal with this problem regularly, and it usually comes from a mix of automatic body reactions and learned mental habits that play out so quickly that it feels like you have no control. When something triggers you, your nervous system releases stress hormones that raise your heart rate, tighten your muscles, and narrow your attention. This biological response settles on its own in about 90 seconds, unless the mind keeps it going by replaying the event or adding meaning to it. In simple terms, the body reacts first, then the mind adds fuel. Once you understand the sequence, you can work with it instead of being overwhelmed by it. Your first practical step is to catch the reaction early. When your breathing changes, or your jaw tightens, or your chest feels warm, pause and say to yourself, I notice my body reacting. Say it slowly, with no judgment. This statement interrupts the automatic loop before the anger grows. When you name the physical response, even briefly, the intensity reduces because the brain shifts from automatic mode into conscious mode. Your next step is to understand that anger is often covering another feeling. Many people find that under their anger there is hurt, fear, or a sense of being dismissed. Anger becomes the first emotion you notice because it feels stronger and easier to express. To reduce this pattern, pause and ask yourself what feeling is underneath this reaction. Keep the answer simple. It might be, I feel ignored, or I feel judged, or I feel unimportant right now. When you identify the real feeling, you can speak in a clearer way and avoid reacting in a way that creates more conflict. A very effective skill is using the decision gap. This is the short moment between the trigger and your response. Most people never notice it because the reaction happens fast. You can strengthen this moment by practicing one routine every time you feel activated. Take a slow breath in, release it fully. Take 2 more slow breaths, then ask yourself, what response will help me tomorrow when I think back on this? This simple routine slows the emotional response, and it helps the part of your brain that handles reasoning become active again. Another key skill is observing your thoughts without getting pulled into them. When anger rises, the mind produces statements like, they do not respect me, or they are trying to control me. Instead of treating these as facts, pause and say, I am having the thought that they do not respect me. This creates distance between the thought and your behavior. You are not fighting the thought, you are simply noticing it. With practice, this reduces the emotional pressure and gives you space to choose a calmer action. To prevent strong reactions over time, you need to understand your common triggers. Spend 1 week writing down each moment that activates anger or irritation. Write who was involved, what was said, what the situation reminded you of, and how you responded. After a week, review the notes slowly. You will see patterns. You may notice that certain tones, certain behaviors, or specific topics activate the same emotional response. Once you see the pattern, you can prepare for it, and preparation gives you real control. Boundaries also help you stay steady. A boundary is not rejection. It is a clear statement of what you need to remain calm and present. You can say, I want to finish this conversation, but I need us to speak respectfully. Or you can say, I want to continue this, but I need a short break before I respond. These statements protect your energy and reduce unnecessary escalation. A structured timeout is another useful tool. A timeout is not avoidance. It is a planned pause that helps you return with a steady mind. You can say, I am feeling overwhelmed and I need 10 minutes to settle down. I want to continue this after the break. This prevents arguments that cause long-term damage. To bring all of this into daily life, pick one skill for the next 7 days. You might choose to start with noticing and naming the physical reaction. Use it every time you feel tension. At the end of the week, review what changed, even if the shift is small. Once that becomes natural, add the next skill. Over time, with consistent practice, you will respond with more clarity and less intensity. These skills are simple, steady, and proven, and they help you build long-term emotional control in a realistic and sustainable way.